Come here. Laps 9 through 12, we're done hooking up, we're done hooking up. After hooking it next, we have to start to reduce the needle when this circle we are. Every 6 minus 1, every 6 minus 1, we need to stagger him to reduce the needles. Next, hook the first 3 short stitches, starting with this stitch in the lead off. Okay, 2. 3 short stitches and then a decrease. To decrease, we'll pick the outer half of the needle on the first stitch, then the inner half on the second. In that case, we'll bring the line out like this. Work like this. This reduced out of it so that there is no eye of the needle, and then the back of the law is 6 short stitches, a reduced needle to come. We crochet 6 short stitches. After decreasing here, you can see, after decreasing here to crochet short stitches. If we don't do anything about it here, it's spaced out here. It's very open. There will be holes. We may have that hole in the back. Do it like this and we won't have a hole. Pull it this way. See that? Strain. Tug at it. Then pull this needle a little tight. Then wind the yarn and bring it back out. That way we won't get pinholes or holes. It's going to be a lot better in the back. The back is much better for us. 2 short stitches. 3 short stitches. 4 short stitches. Okay, 5 short stitches. 6 short stitches, and here again the decrease of 1 stitch begins, and the rest of the pattern is add or subtract 1 stitch every 6 stitches, come and pick the outer half of the needle 1 stitch, the inner half of the needle 1 stitch. Bring the line out. How? Then wind the yarn. A decreased stitch is done, and then here we start crocheting short stitches again. Keep it in mind, huh? When the first short stitch is made, we must pull the thread a little tighter. Pull it tight. It's squeezed together so that when the hook line is brought out, there's no hole in it. Here, a short pin. 2 short stitches. 3 short stitches. 4 short stitches. 5 short stitches. 6 short stitches. Okay, after the 6 short stitches are hooked, there's another decrease, picking up the outer half of the needle. The first stitch is the outer half, the second the inner half. This way the crochet hook with thread is good. Then the law of this circle, that is, hook 6 short stitches, a decreased stitch, 6 short stitches, a decreased stitch. This circle it we behind everyone to complete it on their own, according to the good we this. Lap 13, it's every 6 minus 1, we've hooked up. When we're done, let's move on. 14th circle. On the 14th circle, we decrease 1 stitch every 5 stitches. Let's start with the sighted needle. 5 short stitches, 1. 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then after the 5 short stitches, we'll pick again. Outer half stitch. Second stitch, we'll take the inner half. Minus 1 stitch. Then another 5 short stitches are repeated. Here again, it's still. Tighten it up. Okay, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 short stitches hooked and another half stitch outside. 1 inside half stitch to decrease 1. A needle. The pattern of the circle is hook, 5 short stitches, 1 decrease, 5 short stitches, 1 decrease. For the rest of this circle, you'll follow this method to complete it on your own. We're on our 14th lap, and on our 14th lap, we've got this one. Every 5 minus 1, and we've hooked it up. After the hook is done, we hook 15 rounds we are. Every 4 minus 1, positive we are the same, and that add the needle the same to him. Staggered minus the needle. The first hook 2 short stitches, 2 short stitches, and then here. 1 stitch down, half a stitch outside, half a stitch inside. Lose a stitch. Well, after reducing the needle, the rule behind is 4 short stitches, 1 reduced needle, and 1 short needle. 2 short stitches. 3 short stitches. 4 short stitches, and then here. Lose a stitch. 1 outer half stitch, 1 inner half stitch. Crochet winding. Pull the line out. Okay, 1 shot down. Then another repeat, 4 short stitches. Sun. 4. Okay, 1 needle reduction. Second half of a stitch. Internal half needle. How? The pattern for this round is every 4th stitch minus 1 stitch, haha. Every 4 stitches minus 1, finally, the remaining 2 stitches, we hook 2 short stitches, and then the rest of the back of this you go to complete it yourself. Alright, the 15th circle is hooked up, 4 minus 1. Then we'll go on to the 16th loop. Lap 16, where 3 minus 1. Start by hooking a short stitch inside the drawn stitch. Okay, 2 short stitches. 3 short stitches. After having hooked 3 short stitches, lose a stitch. Adjust 1 outer half stitch. 1 inner half stitch. Minus 1 shot here. Balance. Repeat production. 3 short stitches, 1. Sun. And then again. Decrease by 1 stitch, half a stitch outside. Internal half needle. Okay, and then the pattern of the circle is crochet 3 short stitches, minus 1, crochet 3 short stitches, minus 1, and then, what about the rest of it? You can finish the circle on your own. Okay, decrease every 3 stitches, the production is complete. When we're done, we can take a little bit of cotton and stuff in with a little bit of cotton first. Put a little cotton in here first. Let's continue. There are some tricks to stuffing cotton. Take a look, the cotton plugs are a little tiny too. Finesse. And then I'll show you this. Let's start with this one and this one. Just stick your thumb in there like this. At first it was irregular. In the back we're going to be regular. Multiple times in small amounts because of this. Not too big. We tucked him in many times in small amounts. True, it's still the same. It keeps going in. Let's pick him in the middle, pick him in the middle, pick him with our thumbs, and then we'll move the cotton to the 2 sides, to the 4 sides, to the 4 sides. Stuff it. Fill up the sides first. Fill him up on the edges. That's the thumb. Give him the edge. How? It's almost filled. Me? Everyone first continue to hook now not filled out completely good, After this is done filling him in, let's go ahead and hook it up and drill a hole in the center of this one. Stuff the sides for him. Then we'll hook it now, and then we'll hook it when we're almost done. Then add cotton. How about this? And with the cotton, we'll be able to hook up better. And then look at this. Reduce by 1 stitch every 3 stitches. Now decrease this loop by 1 stitch for every 2 stitches. Every other 2 minus 1. We're staggering the stitches again, staggering the decreases. Nevertheless, entering the needle inside the first drawn needle. A short stitch. And then on the second stitch, we'll hook him up with a decreasing stitch, We here can give... After we've stuffed the cotton here, we can give him 2 half stitches. Pick 2 outer half needle decreases, because of the cotton stuffing. Hooked short stitches, 2 short stitches. Come on now. Second short stitch. Next, after the 2 short stitches are hooked, give it to him with the middle finger of the left hand of this hand. Put some pressure on this. Squeeze this cotton. Challenge again. Both outer halves. The needle. This is the way to decrease the needle. How? Again. 2 short stitches. A short stitch. Okay, 2 short stitches. Another decrease. 2 outer half stitches. How? After that, the rest is crocheted with 2 short stitches and a decrease, leaving the last stitch to be a short one. Afterwards, they finish the back of their own to go a bit on it. 2 short stitches and a decrease hooked this circle, and then we continue. Now this circle is a short stitch and a decreased stitch. Start a short stitch inside the drawn stitch. Next, here's a minus pin, still using this middle finger. Press down on this area, press down on this cotton area. Okay, 1 minus the needle. How short. For the last 2 laps, slow down. Here are, if it's too fast, he brought the cotton out of that. Okay, a minus. Then another short stitch. Okay, a minus. It's all inside and outside half circles. I love the outside half stitch, a decrease in the outside half stitch. How? For the next one, we'll take a short stitch and a decrease. Just go ahead and finish it yourself. 反正一个见证我们已经够好拉进了啊，我们加一点面滑进去啊。A little bit of this. I'll stuff it in the center. Let's see if you can see any spots on the sides that are not stuffed to the brim. Ah, again, for example, on the side, like here, there's a little bit more here, so we can go to the side. Use this. Tuck it in a little further to the side. Stuff it a little bit harder, not too soft, just a little bit more cotton, a little bit stiffer, a little bit stiffer. Point to the center, like this in the center. Stuff it, squeeze it, it's still a little soft. Let's keep stuffing it in. This one will do. Keep to the side, because there's a little bit less on the side, I'm going to the side. Just a little bit more. Take a look and let's give it a squeeze. If it's not very round on this side, this cotton is going to put some pressure on him. This kind of make a pinch. A little bit of hardness is fine. Ah, not too soft. Stuff it as full as you can. It's stuffed like a rock. Well, at least it's not too soft. Okay, now it's about the same. Here we go. Let's make the last loop the last stitch. Our last lap was the first. 19 laps. 19 laps? We have 1 round of stitches, all decreasing stitches.